You're listening to Galaxy of Film. All right, and welcome back to the brain ups of Galaxy of Film. I'm, of course, your host, Max, and this week I'm joined by none other than Chris Sorrentino from Super Live Adventure. How are you doing, bro?
Hey, I'm good, Max. How you doing, my friend?
I'm surviving, bro. Got a lot going, a lot of big things changing and happening last week. Um, yeah, dude, on a depressing ass note, my dog died last week.
Oh my God, yeah, dude.
Yeah,
I'm so sorry. Yeah,
appreciate it.
but
Yeah, dude, it's been
always
a
bad.
weird year so far. You know,
Yeah. I'm up here in New York City. We're getting
mm.
rocked by some really cold weather.
I was about to say, man, it's like 20 here in Raleigh right now, which is insane.
What? Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
dude.
brother.
What are you looking at right now over in Staten Island?
I think it was around 20, like 17 degrees or something like that. But everything's iced over.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, it's not. Honestly, it's funny if you watch the trailer for that new Ghostbusters movie.
Yeah,
That's what
yeah.
it looks like out here. It's just New York covered in ice. It's pretty cool.
There
I
you
like
go,
it.
man. It's a promo
Sony's got some
push.
good promotion.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Far-reaching tentacles they got.
Hey, man, it works. It's fitting for you too. You got to see the Ecto One. Now you got to live the new Ghostbusters movie after seeing it filmed.
Yep.
That's awesome, man. That's awesome. It's always great to get you back on here, Chris. Of course, I think the last time you were here, we are talking to Indiana Jones this past summer, if I'm not mistaken. This has been a minute.
Shit. Is that before or after Friday?
That was afterwards. Friday was 420 last year.
Oh, see, I don't remember that. We started smoking pot. I don't know. Was it 2007 we were getting together? I don't know, man.
I know that's right, man. I know that's right.
Jones. All right. Yeah, baby.
That's great. Well, we're always going to get you back on here, man. We're also joined by a very special guest star this week. We have Leigh Darby, who is a retired adult film star. How are you doing, and welcome to Galaxy of Film.
Oh, hi. I'm doing well, thank you. Again, we've had snow. I was actually snowed in, yes. I've had to leave my car parked at the end of the drive because I can only reverse back up the drive. So the other day when it snowed really bad, my car was just spinning round and spinning round and spinning round. So I had to get a shovel and move snow.
That's rough.
Yeah.
See, we don't have those issues where I'm from. Like, it never gets snowed in like that. You know,
it's been bad. But now it's just gone compacted, so it's like an ice rink. It's like It's like full on sheets of ice across. So I'm happy to be home and happy to just be sitting here and being asked to watch a couple of movies because it means I can stay in the house for a little bit.
There you go. Only the best here, Galaxy Film.
Yes.
Only the best. That's crazy. Like I said, it's usually wintertime, it gets to 40 degrees where I'm at. It's rough here, man. Living in the South, it's not fun for any kind of summertime, especially too. It's so humid where I'm at. It's hell. It's
Don't mind
hell.
heat. I can deal with heat. It's this cold. I am not staying in this country this next Christmas. Honestly, I'm not doing it. I am not doing it. Look how white I am. I'm basically transparent. It's ridiculous. And I can't even go on a sunbed because when you go on a sunbed, when it's this cold outside, you have to take your clothes off before you climb on the bed in the middle of somewhere where you're outside away from your home, and you shouldn't be taking your clothes off outside of your bedroom when the weather's this cold at all. And I am an advocate for a bit of outdoor adventures on occasion, but just not at the moment.
No. It's
telling
got to be certain degrees, 70 and up for me if I'm taking anything off.
I
just need sunshine. I've got a couple of weeks. I think I've got is it 3 or 4 weeks to wait till the 19th of February, and I'm going to be sunning myself in Tunisia. So that'll be nice.
There you go. I definitely understand your pain, though. I'm very pasty myself. I look like Casper over here. I'm just blotched out from the ring light.
It's literally, yeah. I haven't got a single blemish. You can almost see through me. Like I said, I'm basically transparent.
That's
Definitely understand your pain. Oh, really?
I'm Italian. Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of, but yeah, my wife's the same. She's like the pastiest person in the
Same thing with my
universe.
girlfriend, man, because she's over from Germany. Yeah, pasty, love her to death, but God, bro, we look like two salt shakers.
Oh,
It's ridiculous. But we got a good show planned for everyone this week. Originally when we had kind of had this episode lined up, I was trying to go ahead and think of some interesting films. So we're talking, of course, Exotica and Basic Instinct. And I picked Exotic originally because I thought it'd be interesting to have like the sex worker point of view for this kind of film because it's a strip club drama. Yeah, I've never seen a film about a strip club that's not about dancers. It's kind of wild. So, not much of a connection here this week, except other than just sexy thrillers.
did
So, yeah,
anyone watch the movies before they decided to choose the two as the review movies?
not at all.
No.
Yeah, I covered that.
Only the best tier galaxy of film.
Oh,
But yeah, before we go ahead and start talking about the films for this week, guys, a couple announcements real quick for here at Galaxy of Film. Obviously, Jake's been doing great with Awards Bait, and he is officially caught up with having them all uploaded on YouTube and the Spotify and iTunes. So Awards Bait will be uploaded simultaneously every other Tuesday for now when it drops for the rest of the season. I know we got Oscar nominations coming like next week, I think. So I know he's got some good stuff coming. He had Uncle Brian back on the show last week, and I know he's got a bunch of other guest stars lined up. So check out Awards Bait. Of course, my newest short film, Novex, is currently out now on the Galaxy of Film YouTube channel and on our website, galaxyfilm.com. You can check that out there. And then also, guys, there's a few more days left for the GoFundMe for a little film I just did called Goonies in Agony, which Chris is actually in it as well, matter of fact.
That's right. That was my porn debut.
oh my God.
Crazy, man. But yeah, Goonies in Agony, it runs up, or the GoFundMe goes until January 20th this Saturday. I know we said the 10th, but I want to get ahead and kind of pushed it back a bit more because we're getting some good responses from the premiere from a few weeks ago. I know on the podcast last week, we also showed some pictures of the premiere, but I'm going to have some more behind the scenes pictures going for you guys now. But yeah, dude, Goonies in Agony was a damn good time filming. And Chris, we got you in there as the gas station clerk. We had an incredible time on set, which was absolutely wild for the circumstances we were filming in. And yeah, I think we got a real special piece here, man. Truly.
I cannot wait to see it because yeah, like you said, the actual experience was just a blast. Everybody was cool as fuck. It was a good time. So
yeah, even the gas station clerk. Even the real guy, man.
Yeah, that guy was great, man. That was like the coolest guy ever, the gas station guy. We thought, we'd be walking in there and this guy's gonna be like, all right, you got X amount of time, shoot this and get the fuck out of here. He was just like happy to hang out. He's part of the crew.
Yeah, man, he was just dicking around. Shout out to Jimmy, yeah.
Jimmy, yeah.
What a guy, what a guy. So before we go ahead and start talking about our films, our break for stream of the week and everything like that, Leigh, I kind of want to go and ask a bit about you real quick. What are some of your favorite films and what are you into with like movie watching as well?
Oh, I'm probably the worst person you can have on a show like this because I don't really watch anything.
Okay.
Honestly, I don't really watch too many movies, to be fair.
Okay.
Sometimes if the kids are here and they want to, and then my younger son always says, "Oh, you want to watch something?" And we just recently watched something that was on the Disney Channel, Percy. Something about
Percy Jackson.
The Olympians.
Yeah, the Olympians. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. I watched that with them. And that was actually, it's like a little mini series of things put together.
It's like Harry Pottery, right? Like,
oh
like
my God, I thought it was like Harry Potter as well. And
yeah,
I was like, yeah, definitely that's a little bit Harry Potter-ish with the whole story of they need to go off to be trained to be the person who they're supposed to be. Yeah. So I thought that was quite good. But my problem is, I end up getting distracted. I'll start watching something and then I'll either fall asleep, which is something that always happens. And then I totally forget that I've been watching a movie and then I might come back to it. Or if I'm watching a series, I'll watch a couple of episodes of it. And then 6 months later, I'll think, oh shit, I never did finish that.
Yeah.
So whereas now, I feel like I've purposely watched 2 movies with the purpose to actually stay awake and watch them and actually try and understand what's going on in it. So, this is the first for me.
Well, I'm glad we're able to experience that with you over here at Galaxy of Film. We're
Yeah.
taking your movie cherry. There you go.
Can you still see me? Because I've got bloody Ava Cox trying to ring me now.
Oh yeah, no,
Can you
we
still
see. You're
see
all
me?
good to go. Yeah.
Yeah, right. Well, can you still see me? So if I just let her
Yeah.
ring off,
Yeah.
or should I answer it?
No,
Oh yeah, you're all
you're
good.
there.
You're good. But yeah, it's awesome that you're enjoying Percy Jackson's new show. I need to check it out.
Oh yeah, there's a
I
new
know.
episode. We watched it up until the last episode,
Okay.
so
Okay,
that
so you're
was
staying up
fun.
to date with it. Very nice.
Yes, it
Have
is
you seen the movie?
definitely. No.
No. Me too. That was bad.
Sky
No, but
for the
I'll
movie?
tell you what. Actually, you asked me that the movie. I watched. So I started watching some movie on Netflix the other day, and there was a guy in it who was in Avatar. I loved Avatar, and I loved the water Avatar. That made me
Oh,
cry.
the blue people. Okay,
Oh,
okay.
Avatar, yes, I like
Yeah, I
them.
don't
I
know.
like
I
them
don't know any
movies.
of it.
No, brilliant.
I don't know.
Honestly.
I know the Disney World rides. They got the Avatar. I did that. That's fun. That's fun as fuck, man.
I think that was the last
Ah,
movie I went to the cinema to watch, The Way of Water Avatar with the boys, and I didn't fall asleep halfway through.
really?
So,
Nice.
yeah.
I'm not a James Cameron fan. I get into so many
Yeah,
arguments
you're
on the
not a Cameron
podcast
guy.
about it. Oh yeah, you were there, Chris. Yeah, yeah, we're talking
Yeah,
Terminator
you're
and
not a
stuff.
Cameron guy.
I know,
I
I
like
know.
Cameron. I also, weirdly enough, I'm a big Verhoeven guy, and I forgot Verhoeven did Basic Instinct. So when I did
Yeah.
the rewatch, I was like, oh fuck, I forgot this is Verhoeven. 'Cause I love like all the shit he does, like
Hmm.
RoboCop and
Oh my God,
Total
is that the same?
Recall.
It's Basic Instinct done by the guy that did RoboCop.
Hmm?
Yeah, RoboCop and Total Recall and
I
like
used to
yeah,
have
Paul Verhoeven's.
actually I say sorry to interrupt. I say I used to have. I probably have. You've just reignited it for me. I used to have this crazy fantasy about RoboCop.
No, no, no way. In the
RoboCop
whole
used to be.
cost, in the whole like the robot, would he have
Oh
a
my God!
robot cock?
No, I think it was the sound as well when he was like. Zoom.
Oh my
Yeah,
gosh.
the perfect man, vibrator cock.
Oh my God! Yeah, I was
Oh
like,
my god.
I've always fancied RoboCop.
Yeah,
That's
that's
crazy.
you know, Peter
Yeah, I've
Weller,
only seen
man.
RoboCop once, man. I saw it on film at the Alamo in like 2018, I think,
I think it was like the
for
first ones when it started getting like
Mhm.
the later movies. I get when you've got more than one or two movies in any
Mm.
movie sequence, I'm like, I'll watch the first one or two because and then they go shit after a couple
Ah,
anyway.
so I'm
What
assuming
is going on?
you're not like a Star
Verho
Wars fan then, huh?
Well, my one of my sons did actually say the other day he wants to start watching. He wants to watch the Star Wars movies. He
Mm.
said, but I want to watch them in the real order. But what is the real order? Is the
4,
real
5,
order?
6,
Yeah.
then 1,
Yeah.
2,
So, but
3, and then that's it.
yeah,
Oh
but
my
that's so.
god.
So he's looking at the numbers, thinking he needs to watch it in 1, 2, 3. So I was trying to explain to him that some of the movies are prequels to the earlier movies, and the
Mm.
earlier the later movies in the if you're going on 1, 2, 3, and it was quite confusing. I was like, I do like a Star Wars movie, but there was a movie we watched actually that was like a Star Wars movie not so long ago. Can't remember what they're all the same. They all have the same sort of like.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Do
especially
you
but
see
now at
one,
Disney. Yeah.
you see one, you
act it
see
out in
one.
a different way.
Yeah. But I was gonna say bring it back to Verhoeven and RoboCop. I have to say
Mm.
Verhoeven only did the first RoboCop. He didn't
See,
do
which was the best one?
exactly. He didn't do the shitty sequels. So you
Yeah,
gotta
there you
get
go.
take
So
him off the hook.
sometimes,
Secret. I don't know what cut of. I guess the theatrical cut, because like I said, when we were seeing it on 35, it was for a real film day at the Alamo. They were doing part of the like AFGA organization or
Yeah.
whatever. And I saw it one year, I think 2018. Man, I was not a big RoboCop guy. I don't know. It was
Really?
my only time watching it. Yeah, it was hyped up for so long throughout my childhood. Like even the remake was hyped up of Samuel Jackson from like
Oh, I won't fuck
2014.
with no fucking remake. No, fuck that.
Ah,
I don't
come
know.
on,
You
man.
know what though? Like, as I was a kid in the '80s.
Mm,
Like, I think it kind of weirdly enough to say, I think you had to like kind of live through the '80s for that movie to resonate with you because that movie is like such a satire of all of this like
mm.
'80s
mm,
corporate greed, like all just it. That movie is the story of Jesus Christ in America circa the 1980s.
Yeah.
RoboCop is literally a Jesus Christ figure. Like he's
I
fucking
know, it's
killed, he comes
ridiculous.
back. It's wild. He's resurrected. It's wild. But it's like the whole thing is like 80s America, Reaganomic corporate greed, like that whole, and toxic waste and all the like it's just everything the 80s boiled into one like really visual, viscous, violent movie.
Yeah, it's something, all right. So I think I have it on. Yeah, I have it on Nintendo for some reason, but I've never even touched that copy on NES.
Weird.
Yeah, you know how it is, though. You know how it is.
I do.
But guys, before we go ahead and start talking for our Tomb films this week, we're gonna go ahead and take a quick little break and go over our stream of the week brought to you by Dakari this week. We'll be right back, guys.
Oh, hi, Mark.
Greetings, YouTube family. This is the card holder coming at you live right about now from Galaxy Film Headquarters. And today for Stream of the Week, I'm going to talk to you guys about a film that came out last year called Saltburn. I really enjoyed Promising Young Woman from the same director that came out, I think, in 2020. This film came out last year, and I didn't really watch it until maybe like a few days ago. But this movie has a lot to say. It has a lot on its chest rather than it just being a movie with a lot of what the fuck moments, which it definitely has some what the fuck moments, but it has a lot more on its mind than that. I don't want to get into it too much, but if you guys haven't seen it, I do recommend it. Check it out. It's on Prime Video. Do yourself a favor and watch it. It's very good.
All right, guys, and we're back from our break. First up on the list this week, we have Exotica. This film came out in 1994. Now, real quick, I know, Chris, you hadn't had a chance to watch this one. We'll get into why that's a shame in a moment. Leigh, have you seen Exotica before this podcast, or is this a first-time watch for you?
It was the first time watching it. I wasn't sure whether I'd seen it before, but it was definitely the first time watching it.
Okay, first time for myself as well. So Exotica is a Canadian jungle-themed strip club, kind of like a tropical rainforest cafe, more or less, which is really, I don't know what the hell this place is. There's a sad guy who goes there who's creepy as hell on Christian, who's this dancer who dresses like a little schoolgirl nonstop and doesn't really take anything off other than like her boss at one point. She's just constantly like full-time everything. It's weird. The schoolgirl dancer is the ex of the DJ, who is Casey Jones from Ninja Turtles.
Oh,
and
boy.
He got the manager of the strip club pregnant, crazy enough. So while he's trying to bang one stripper, he got the manager pregnant, who's like weirdly like in love with them, but not in love with them. I don't know what the fuck.
No, but you forgot he got her pregnant, but they did have a contract.
Yeah, there is a. You're right. There is a contract, correct?
Oh, like
Yeah.
a baby contract?
Yeah.
Like you knock me up and for X amount of money type of a thing, like.
Yeah. Basically.
Okay.
Yeah.
Quite common.
He's like a donor.
Yeah, kind of. It's just like a messy donor because the donor never left. He's still just there working for, man. Yeah. It's wild. There's this closeted gay man who's smuggling animals into the U.S. He's under investigation by the sad, creepy guy. Yeah.
Animals.
Eggs.
Like
they're macaw eggs.
Like lizards and parrots and stuff.
Does it just tie into the rainforest theming of this place? Like,
no, but it does. I did think for a minute, because when the creepy guys, the DJ at the sex club saying, "So guys, what's going on tonight? You can have this lady to come and dance for you for $5." He's got sat next to him a freaking fake parrot.
Oh yeah, the
parrot. So I was waiting to see what the link was.
Yeah, maybe he's like
the link never become apparent unless it went straight over my head. Honestly,
the fake parrot and put a real one in, and then like get the animatronic.
Maybe it was him. Maybe it was maybe it was the DJ of the sex club waiting for the rare macaws that he smuggled into the country, who kept on phoning him all the time because he kept
There
on
you
getting these
go.
weird
Sounds like a
phone
better
calls.
movie to me.
Yeah, that's already. You're not wrong at all. You're onto something right there. We need to hire you in the continuity department.
Maybe that's
That's crazy. But yeah, you pointed out the parrot right away, Chris. I sent you a picture. I'll watch the movie because I'm like, what the fuck am I watching here? And that's the
I was
first thing you
"Why is
point
that
out. I
a
was like,
parrot?" And you were like, yeah. Nuts.
this is a parrot, but there's this kind of sad, creepy guy who is investigating the closeted guy who's kind of smuggling in animals. And then it's kind of revealed later on after that Casey Jones kicks out the sad dude from the strip club because he's a regular for Casey Jones' ex.
Bye, Meg. Let me know when you get back. Love you. Sorry.
No, you're good.
Okay.
So they kick him out of Casey Jones kicks the sad guy out of the strip club. And at that point, they're kind of like going into a little bit of background and lore for the characters. It's then revealed the sad guy had a daughter who was murdered and a wife who died in a car accident.
Ooh.
He's creepy because he's creepy because he hangs out with kids in a sense. Like on top of having the stripper who dresses like a little schoolgirl, he goes to this girl and pays her to babysit and clean his house when there's no one at his house. And like he's not doing anything with the little girl, thankfully. It's not like what's that movie with the Peter Jackson film?
Oh,
The
Lovely Bones.
Lovely Bones. Thank you. It's not like a
Oh.
Lovely Bones thing, thank God.
Oh, that
But
movie. That's like a one and done. Like you watch that movie, and you're like, I can never go back to this. I could never revisit this movie.
Lovely Bones is
So
hard.
Oh, I won't be
uncomfortable.
watching that then.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
very, very uncomfortable.
But thankfully it's not as in-depth as a Lovely Bones situation where he's like deliberately kind of asking questions, pushing boundaries. We just kind of get the gist of it. It's kind of revealed later on further and further because the closeted gay guy and the sad dude kind of link up because like I said, he's investigating the gay guy who's working on smuggling animals in the country at this pet shop. They kind of team up and realize that, yo, we're gonna figure out why you got kicked out. They got their reasoning, and you know what the sad guy does? He decides to pull a Columbine and is like, I'm just gonna shoot him. We're just gonna shoot her. We're gonna pull up with a gun and just kill everyone in the strip club, basically.
No way.
And when he's outside debating it, Casey Jones walks up and gives him a hug, and it's all good because Casey Jones is the one who found this kid's dead daughter. Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
If you haven't seen the movie, that was such a shit explanation. You missed so many key parts.
Yeah, that's
like,
Exotica.
Why did you get kicked out?
No
he
clue.
doesn't even know why he got kicked out. Look, love, it basically it was I'm still unsure what I'm watched, so I don't even think I could explain it better myself anyway. But it was a very strange movie. It was supposed to have had different characters from different backgrounds, and they all ended up being linked in some way or another. But I was trying to work
kind of
out
like Lost.
Kind of like Lost, almost like a Pulp Fiction kind of thing, where it's
Lost.
like we're not sure what order this is taking place
Yeah.
because they're so separately linked.
Okay.
Or so distantly linked, I should say. Excuse me.
But isn't that what every they say every single person on this planet is like anyway? Does they say we're all linked by like 6 degrees of separation or something like
Kevin
that?
Bacon.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Isn't that something which people say we can actually really prove with even all these billions of people on the planet? We're all separated by 6 degrees of separation. Is it 6 or 7 or something like that? I don't know.
Something like that.
I know the saying we're talking about. Yeah.
Maybe, but that's what I thought that movie was trying to basically talk about. How literally, because it turned out that the schoolgirl stripper, wasn't she? She used to be the original babysitter, was she not?
Yes, that was the very end.
The penny drops. But then I was like, but I thought it was weird and creepy, and I thought the girl. And then when she was saying, "Oh, we don't talk about what happens. I was like, this is some weird freaking Jeffrey Epstein bullshit. Is she getting picked up and dropped off to this place? And these people, do you see what I'm saying? I was that maybe that's just my perverse mind, but I just thought, nah, this is not sitting right with me. And then obviously ending up with in the strip club and then all the things like that. I just thought the guy was trying to prove his innocence because he kept on saying to her, I wouldn't really hurt you. So I don't know whether he was getting, because he got blamed for his daughter being killed, didn't he?
Yes,
yes,
like, at first, until they ended up finding the guy when he was like in questioning or something like that.
But and then the girl's dad, who he was taking to babysit his dead daughter, but paying her money to look after her, but so she could go. He was in a wheelchair. I remember when he said his wife's boyfriend survived the crash. I was like, is that him?
I didn't even make that connection. See, we need to get you in a continuity department of some film because that's crazy. That's two connections you made right there. I completely overlooked that.
Or is that just my mind?
That. Yeah, I don't know what the hell this movie is, man. This is weird. Like I
that's
said,
what I'm
Chris,
saying. Watch it back because I need to like proper understand every single aspect of where this is coming from. And I'm like the gay guy with his tickets to the opera.
Yeah, he had like an opera fetish where he's just watching guys like bulge move during the opera. It's weird, man.
Watching bulge, really?
Yeah, it's a really odd scene. I've never. It's just a straight crotch shot. He's just staring at it like intensely. It's not even
strange movie.
Somebody should let that guy know there's cheaper and better ways to see bulges and cocks than paying for opera tickets. You're gonna go broke real quick.
He didn't pay for them. He was given them because he shared a cab with someone from the airport, and then that person gave him these opera tickets instead of paying him for the cab. And then he was like, and then he was going outside, and he said, "Oh, you can sell them to someone outside." And there was people out holding up signs saying 1 ticket, and then they pay them for it. And then the first guy gave him a wank when he was there, didn't he? Did you see that?
Yeah, absolutely. I was
so and then he felt guilty because obviously he thought, oh, you know what, that was actually quite nice. So we gave him his money back and was like, I feel bad for taking the money off you, considering and he was like, oh, so let me take you for a drink. And then it turned out to be the guy from the airport that knew he was smuggling the eggs, didn't it?
Then he stole the eggs. Everything is connected.
Yeah, man. Like I said, it's so weird, Chris, because Casey Jones looks identical to he does in Turtles, and sounds like, doesn't ditch the accent. Like, it's rough, man.
I gotta see, and I love that. I love that guy.
Which one's Casey Jones?
The DJ.
Oh, right. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, he's Casey Jones in the live action Ninja Turtle movies, which is hilarious to me. The whole time he's
later in The Sopranos, a lot balder.
I believe it. Yeah,
he lost that beautiful head of hair.
Lost all that hair. It's crazy, dude. Looks like one of the cast members from like Friends or something. It's rough.
Yeah, right.
But what's so weird about him in Exotica is that like he's like a hung up ex-boyfriend DJ. So when he's on the mic, he talks real slow the whole time, and it's everywhere because he's just like this the whole time. Chris is like, I'm just hoping for this line. Crumpet is what I'm wanting, because the whole cricket crumpet joke in Turtles. Yes. But he's just like holding it really closely. He's just leaning over at his desk and he's like, go ahead and get yourself a $5 dance. Like, it's a fucking hot and ready over here, man.
So he's like and now coming to the stage is Raphael.
Yeah.
Show him your ninja moves.
Yeah.
And then
that's Casey Jones. Yeah,
that's hot. I could get into that.
In like the Tropical Rainforest Cafe strip club, man.
Yeah, other animatronic gorillas and stuff. Do you guys have the Rainforest Cafe in the UK? You hear it's like a restaurant, like set up like you're in the rainforest, and every like 20 minutes, my kids used to love it when they were like little kids. They got them like all in balls everywhere.
Yeah.
And then when there's like a thunderstorm every 20 minutes, and like the place flashes, and there's like water, and like they have animatronic gorillas and elephants going nuts. It's like a Disney World type of thing. And that's all I'm imagining is like a strip club, and there's like like, here comes Dirty Diana. It's like, there's like a whole like a
Like an elephant screaming.
Yeah, like and like coming
Uh,
out.
I think there's a name for that type of sexual activity, and I'm not
Oh
sure
yeah.
whether
That would have made
I'm
this a
not sure
10
whether
times better of a movie, man. That would have been so good.
I was picturing like a rainforest cafe.
No, and then I missed
Strip
a
club.
spot too. There's also this weird like peeping tom room they built in under the DJ's.
What?
It's like a
That's
hallway.
and actually, they did actually make a point of saying the reason why that was built
Yeah,
for the
yeah.
rich client, so the rich client could watch the action without being seen himself. And
It was some
then
Epstein
and
shit.
then why was it? That's what I'm saying. I was like,
Yeah.
this is like this is a bit fucked. And when it kept on showing the pictures in the background, I paused it on the pictures. I was like, because I haven't got my glasses on, I was like, are them pictures blurred on purpose, or is it just because I haven't got my glasses on when I'm watching the movie? They were blurred on purpose because I got my glasses and I looked at the pictures, and yeah. But the picture, if you go back to the movie and you look at the pictures could be people who you potentially know, like the
Yeah,
whole
true.
Epstein pictures. And I was like, and then
Oh,
I was thinking, have I been going down too many rabbit holes with this stuff or what?
shit. And I mean, the movie's from 30 years ago, kind of.
Yeah, well,
really
look, that
predicted
did
a
all
lot.
this shit was going down then, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's true. It was going. Oh my god,
Yeah.
someone had the inside scoop.
Yeah, instead of having an
Honestly.
island, they just had a little location built up in Toronto inside of a tropical
Yeah.
rainforest.
Well, that shit's always happened, and that shit will always still be happening, which makes you wonder what the heck's going on with the fucking world.
Yeah,
Doesn't
absolutely
it?
wild.
Exotica.
What a hell of a
yeah.
time. Leigh, what would you rate Exotica? What other final comments do you have for this film?
I think it was. I think if it was longer and if it explained the links and the connections a little bit more, then I probably would rate it maybe a 3 or a 4 out of 5. But when we're rating out of 5, is
Yeah,
that
out of
what we
5.
rate
Yeah.
out of? Yeah. But because I feel like it was a little bit rushed, and it's like, what was the whole? Why were they walking through a field?
Well, that's because they're a community, like they're doing like a local like search for the daughter missing.
Is that what it was? Is that why they were doing it?
Yeah, that's why they're all spread up like shoulder to shoulder with like 20 people.
Why was the daughter? How did the daughter end up in the field?
We don't know. She was just killed. They were just exactly.
Again, when you look at oh god, no, don't. What the heck? Maybe everything is like a clue and an idea as to what the heck's going on in the world. Because what is all that? No. Because oh god, yeah. Bit weird. Very weird. Very strange.
I feel you on that. Yeah, exactly.
So I feel like it lacked some explanations for stuff, but that's the purpose of a movie, isn't it? Some people get it, some people don't. And
yeah, but it feels kind of like Swiss cheese. There's just holes here and there. It feels like connections that that can be made, but just quite aren't, landing and aren't believable.
Because what was the guy with the eggs? Seriously, what? And because they made a point of him having phone calls from someone stressing out over receiving these eggs. So that's why when it said it was macaws in the eggs, that's why I thought it potentially might have been someone at the strip club, because they had that fake parrot on the DJ box. And I was thinking maybe they really. But then the guy, the disabled guy of the father of the daughter, the babysitter, he had his parrot and he said, "Why does your parrot not talk no more?" Do you know what I mean?
Oh yeah, I forgot about that part too. You're right. See, what the hell's up with the damn macaw eggs?
What's the link with the parrots?
Oh, and because you're right. We see him make all the phone calls, but we specifically get a shot where he's making one phone call after they're stolen, like reporting to a boss or something. That's never explained. Yeah,
it's like they're in the country. I have got them. I will get them to. Obviously, that's his bio, wasn't it, for these parrots? So that's what I was thinking. I was thinking, what the heck is going on? Oh, I don't know. It just left me a little bit gobsmacked and a little bit like baffled. I feel like I wasted my time watching it because obviously, but no, I didn't. But obviously I needed to watch it to talk about it, otherwise I couldn't have watched it. But it's a movie that you can't not watch if you want to try and grasp it. Because it was that confusing. I've looked at my phone for like 1 second just to check a notification. I felt like I missed half of the storyline, so maybe it was just
Yeah,
because
yeah.
but I feel like I actually did try and watch this movie.
No, I
And I'm
understand.
still
Yeah.
none the
Director's
wiser.
cut or something. Maybe it's just missing chunks of story. The studio
I
took
don't know,
over.
man.
Like, yeah, Casey Jones, your
Something's
movie's too
amiss.
long. I don't know.
Yeah, I feel like it could have done better just either halving the storylines or actually doubling the movie length. It's
Yeah.
like, a movie's good, you'll watch it.
Mm-hmm. It's visually a gorgeous movie though. We get some cool shots of the tropical rainforest cafe. That peeping
Yeah, it was.
Tom room looks pretty cool.
Oh, yeah.
It was very sensual when it was showing the girls dancing. There was no choreography whatsoever. There was no sex. I'm sorry, but there was nothing sexual about some of the dances that were going on, and I just thought.
That's
And then there was like that weird whisper. It was going on in the background when people were dancing. I'm thinking, yeah, you know what? This is a very weird and wonderful. I've never been to a strip club like that. I've never ever been to a strip club like that before.
Chris,
yeah.
Chris, I think we're going into business, man. We gotta open our own tropical rainforest club.
Yeah, man.
We'll do it where the old Cafe Risque is. We talked about during Weird.
Yeah.
Goodness.
Taint Forest Cafe.
Oh.
I say I didn't see this movie, but
Yeah.
when I was younger, there was a pet store by me where they were definitely sneaking in like illegal animals and selling them to people behind closed doors. And I was a young idiot, and I would just do crazy things in a pet store. Like I would grab like goldfish and throw them into like an Oscar tank and watch them get eaten and shit like that. So like I would just like open a door in a store like an idiot to just walk in, and just because I was just a jerk. And I walked in and I just saw a bunch of guys and a kangaroo, and they were like, I was like, holy shit. So yeah.
Oh my
That's
God.
insane. We had an exotic pet shop over in Fayetteville, actually, where I'm from, and it was next to a strip club, next to like the dirtiest strip club in the world.
No.
And it was like a weird.
Genesis of this movie.
It was so under the table. Like in North Carolina, you can't purchase a turtle. It's a whole thing here. You walk in and there's like there's a concrete bridge, Chris, and you'd walk over it like a Willy Wonka style bridge. And underneath is a fountain of turtles, like just full of them inside the pet shop.
No way.
It was awful.
Super illegal. Teenage
Super
mutant illegal turtles.
Yeah, where's Casey Jones for this
Hanging
place,
out on
man?
the- Yeah, right. They're in
But
the little sewer.
some homeless guy burned the pet shop down a couple of years ago. It was a big deal because
No.
like firefighters
Oh
are
my
rushing in
God.
trying to get all these like thousands of animals
Oh,
out.
did
kind of
Pee Wee
thing.
Herman did Pee Wee Herman save all the snakes?
No, they got the parrot though. They did have a parrot next to the front door. That was the first one they got out.
Right.
Funny enough though, what they did, because it was on the if you're facing the strip club, it was on the right of it. You couldn't miss it. It was this ugly bright blue building. So what they did was just move to the left side of the strip club and they reopened.
Oh my God.
So
That's
awful,
great.
man. So awful. But Exotica is a movie that feels, like it's missing some links. Cool idea, just not a very complete story. This is again for me also kind of like echoing Leigh. It's like a 3 out of 5 for me. It's a Naboo. Could be much better, but could be a lot worse, I guess. The music's kind of cool. And
I feel like the whole how it was filmed, the cinematography which went with it was kind of cool. I enjoyed that. I liked the shots. It was artistic, but yeah, there was bits. That's the only reason why I think I carried on staying engaged with it, was for the visuals. But the rest of it just was. And then I was waiting for, but I suppose it was a movie that leaves it to your imagination. You have to finish and fill in the blanks yourself, I suppose. some
Yeah.
movies stuff like that. But why are you watching a movie to have to do that? You know, you want a movie the movie that's there. There you go. Here it is, laid on a plate for you.
Yeah. And which is also kind of tying into our next film too, because Basic Instinct, you know, definitely kind of slams every plot point at you for
Oh,
the entire time.
yeah.
Unlike
Yeah.
I forgot
Exotica.
how much of a great movie that actually was, to be fair. I'm glad that I rewatched it.
Yeah, me too.
I'm
I
glad I
had
rewatched it.
seen this
Okay, see,
probably
this was
when
a
it
first
first
time
came out
watch
on
for me.
video. Oh yeah, I'd only
Okay.
seen it once, probably like
Mm,
14, 15. You know what I mean? Like
Mm.
not
okay.
supposed to be watching it, and
Mm,
like and then and then like I haven't revisited since. Like I said, Verhoeven, and I forgot it was Verhoeven. So I saw that, I was like, oh shit, I'm in for a good time here.
yeah, there you
And
go.
yeah, it's Basic Instinct. This holds up. It's a solid fucking movie. I mean, of course, there's like a couple of like little instances here and there that maybe if the movie was being made today, it would be made differently.
Hmm.
But it holds up in my opinion.
Yeah,
Mm.
I thoroughly enjoyed it. We'll get into it in a second a bit more. Lee, when was the first time you had a chance to watch Basic Instinct?
Oh God, probably the first time round. You do know how old I am, don't you?
Yes, I
Yeah.
do. You're good.
Yeah.
So did you see this in
92?
theaters, or was this like a when it came out video kind of deal, renting it?
What year did it come out?
92.
92.
I was 14 when this came out.
I
I
was
was saying I probably
12.
saw it in 15.
I
Really?
was 12.
Okay, so definitely didn't see this one in theaters.
Yeah. So I didn't see it in
No, you
theaters, but
couldn't. This was like a straight up like NC-17. Like you couldn't like I don't I don't know about in the UK. In the US, this movie was very like there was like a lot of like Christian groups against it and
Mm,
like shit like that
yeah.
where people were like trying to shut it down. So there's like a lot of like press about it, and you couldn't like really go and see it as a kid. Like
I think the whole, it was a whole era of where a little bit of soft porn was introduced into
mm,
movies,
mm-hmm.
where let's see what we can get away with doing,
yeah, truly.
which isn't. I kind
Absolutely.
of like that type of sexual. I don't like, believe it or not, I don't watch porn, but I prefer watching erotica. And that's what I feel Basic Instinct was, the cross between just
Absolutely.
a normal movie and then erotica, which was nice.
Absolutely.
And I think it was definitely shot with women in mind
Mhm.
Yeah.
because of the enjoyment side of it.
I agree.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And the power. You
Mhm.
see
Yeah.
literally see the power shift in that room in that first interrogation scene
Oh,
with
love
Sharon
that.
Stone. It's a cool moment. Like it's like cracks the wall. You got
Mhm.
you got Newman like sweating his balls
And not
off
only
Yeah,
in
that,
there.
it's
I
like
love
total
that.
opposite when we get later on the parallel scene with Michael Douglas being
Yeah.
interrogated, you know? So he
No,
carries
but
Yeah.
that the whole film.
did you notice he copied every single one of her answers?
Yeah.
Right? Yep.
When he said about smoking in the room, he was like, "Oh, what are you going to do? Charge me for smoking?" I was
Yeah.
like, "She said that."
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, you're right, Chris. Like this movie had a lot of controversy, even years after. Like this was a first time watch
Yeah.
for me for this podcast. But like in high school, when I'm kind of discovering a lot of other films that like obviously I'm not introduced as a kid, this is the only context I had of this movie was the interrogation scene, the upskirt scene.
Well, yeah, because it's
Yeah.
been
No.
parodied. Like there
Yeah,
was
1,000
what was it?
times. Yeah.
National Lampoon's Loaded Weapon. You ever see that with Emilio Estevez and Samuel Jackson?
I've seen the clip. Yeah.
Yeah, they do all this and probably Family Guy and shit.
I
Like
think
that.
like either Fallon
Everyone's
or
doing it.
Kimmel, one of the late night
Yeah.
shows did it a couple of years ago too. Even so, I
Yeah,
mean,
it's
it carries.
it's definitely gotten mileage out of that scene, 100%. Yeah, because well, that was the big thing. I remember, like, oh my god, you see a pussy, like it was like a whole like thing at the time. Like I was a kid, and I was like, oh my god, like you didn't see that in a movie theater. You saw like Dad's tapes, Dad's magazine.
Yeah.
In the magazines.
Yeah, you
See, I didn't have an era with tapes and magazines, man. It was always looking up like weird like Showtime stuff going on.
Well, yeah, you'd have that. You could watch. You know, there was so out here in the States, there was the Spice Channel, and like there
Mm.
was friends who would always have a hot box, which was like a legal cable. It would steal every channel,
Okay.
and someone would have Spice, so it would be like cut in school, and like you'd be in a room, you'd be like in eighth, ninth grade with like 15 other boys just watch,
God.
not like with it out jerking off or anything, but like watching porn on the Spice Channel. Like, what? It was that was like the glory days, you know. Maybe somebody had cigarettes. You like fucking
Yeah, but
That's
so well, you know
crazy.
what? When everyone talks about these whole movie, like watching video or finding videos and finding porno mags,
yeah,
and like
yeah.
you said, doing this thing, now,
Mm.
what are kids doing now?
Oh,
Seriously.
they have phones, and they can look.
Dude,
See, that's the
real
problem.
quick, the weirdest and most terrible thing, because I had an odd generation. I was born 99, so like we're in this middle ground where
So
my
you
era.
were born in 99, did you say?
Yeah, I'm 24. Yeah.
No, that's my daughter who's just left. She was born in 26th of January 99. So
Oh, cool. I'm
yeah, she's
November.
just, yes.
Very
So
nice.
that's
Yeah.
but I just think, but it doesn't that make you be like totally overexposed to more than you need to be by
I
certain
was about to
ages?
say,
Yes,
like, because of
Yeah.
yes.
my weird
No,
generation,
I
we
have a
had access to
yeah.
Yeah.
like the internet and stuff, but like it wasn't so regular until high school and things like that. You know, like the over here in the public school system, they call them cows or your computer on wheels. We would get those late middle school. So I'm already 13 at this point. So I mean, like I've already had the talk. I've already had these kind of things that have been exposed to me a bit. But like when I was younger, the main main exposure, as terrible as it sounds, to pornography was the Nintendo Wii. It was
How?
awful.
Oh,
The internet's channel, man. People would look that up
Oh, you're right.
because that
You have to hold the thing to jerk the
when
fucking
families, because everyone
Nintendo Wii.
had a Wii, bro. Everyone did. And when they got
well,
tired of playing games, it was their Netflix box. So when
Yeah,
mom and dad only go to
streaming
Netflix,
Netflix off of the Wii. Wow, I remember that actually.
when it's
Yeah,
only used for
like
Netflix, they're not going to
yeah,
check the internet channel. And a lot of kids I knew, that was their only
yeah,
access of it. It was
yeah.
weird.
I remember streaming Netflix off that before I had any HDMI because it was still AV.
Yeah, no, we
So
were streaming
Nintendo,
the hub on there, bro.
yeah.
It was
Yeah, that makes
awful.
sense. I didn't think. Well, you know, I was older, so I didn't
Yeah.
grow up with like internet or smartphones. I'm born in '78, so
Mhm.
I'm fucking old. But it dawned on me at some point where I'm like, like sexual relationships are gonna be really weird now for
Mhm.
this next generation because like instead of like kind of like you have like regular porn, you're kind of like easing into it, and then you're getting into like the crazier shit. You're getting the crazier shit up front. So like
Mhm.
where do you go from there? Like when you start growing in life and you want to experience different things and grow more sexually, where do you go once you already are at the fucking roof? You
Yeah,
know what I
yeah.
mean? Like in 20 years, our kids are going to be fucking freaks. Like I don't know what they're going to be into. I don't know what they're going to be doing because the
no.
exploration they're just getting handed to them. They're not doing exploring themselves. That's
Mm.
kind of you could look up any fucking video right now, the sickest shit ever. Like I wasn't exposed to the sickest shit ever. I just was exposed to
Mm.
fucking
Yeah,
blowjobs
that's the whole
and
point of
eating
what
pussy. Yeah.
that's the whole point of what I'm trying to do is to try and sort of like normalize normal intimacy and
Yeah, it's a
vanilla
big thing.
sex. Do you know what I mean? And I
Yeah.
don't. And I actually, I've used the label vanilla for a long time because I've always thought I'm a very vanilla adult actress. I'm very vanilla. I don't do anything too extreme. I don't do anything too
I
crazy
dig that.
because
I
I just
respect
like
that.
I'm like you don't. You need to do what you enjoy. It doesn't. You don't
Yeah.
always have to push so many boundaries just to get a
Exactly.
view or a like or something like that. And the reason being because I just feel for future generations sometimes if
Mm.
Yeah.
people are being exposed to there's certain things which I am so blinkered in my life. I will not watch certain movies if it's going to
Mm.
be if it's too scary. No, if it's too gory, no, I'm not watching it. I don't see the point in making myself suffer in watching. If it's too disgusting, I will not watch it. And if
Yeah.
someone says to me, "Oh my God, watch this," I'm like, no, do not send me videos that are extreme.
Yeah, I'm
No,
like that
no,
with
I don't need,
anyone
I
with
don't
certain
need, I
animals.
don't need that going into my brain. Let me
Agreed.
just stay in my own little bubble, my own little flowers and
Mhm.
clouds mindset,
Yeah.
and I love it. So, you know, it's not a bad little bubble to go down, because there is so much freaking shit out there, and I'm below, like, it's not everyone can deal with that much nonsense.
No, we're not meant to. We're not meant
We're
to
not
take in
meant,
this
yeah, we're
much
not meant to be
information.
exposed
And
to it
that's why
all,
people are
and
going
it's,
completely insane. And
yeah,
to bring it back to the sex thing, like it sounds really fucking corny, but I do feel this way. Like I feel like there's gonna be a point where like this like generations down the road are not gonna understand making love. It's gonna be like
yeah,
the first
making
time
love
you
is,
fuck, you're gonna try to choke a girl, and like you're like,
oh,
dude, you have to work up to a level of trust in a partnership
Yeah, you're
where
not
you can
wrong.
do
Yeah.
stuff like that.
yeah,
That isn't, you don't pull that out of the bag the first time you
yeah.
fool around. Like what? Like
Spit on
fucking
you and slap
crazy.
you and pin you down. You know what? Yeah,
Yeah.
if I like it, do it to me, but don't just do it first time round. I don't know whether I like it
I
or
have to
not yet.
know you. Yeah, I get it. Like I have
Yeah,
to know you're
yeah.
not gonna kill me. Which
Oh,
brings us
One
back to basic
I
instinct.
was about to say one more tangent real quick before
yeah.
we get to basic instinct while we're talking about like generations kind
Tangent
of being
away,
fucked and
Maxie.
whatnot. Again, with me and this weird middle generation of Nintendo Wii porn, one thing that was exposed to me really early on because we didn't have those common censorships at the time was when like all the super fucked up like beheading videos and things like that on the
Oh
internet
yeah, yeah, yeah. I can't
weren't
do it.
censored at
Fuck.
all. Those,
Yeah.
I mean, I saw like
Shouldn't be
Saddam
seeing
Hussein's
stuff like that.
execution on
Yeah,
Facebook,
I'm not
dude.
into
No.
that. I'm not
You
into
We
that.
need
know?
to protect the innocent.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
Protect the
seriously.
innocents for as long as possible. No, kids shouldn't be seeing shit like that.
I
No.
feel like
But you know what?
Agreed.
the censorship has like flopped in a
Agreed.
different way, which is important that
The
it's has
censorship,
shifted.
no, it's not just the censorship that's
Mhm,
plopped in a different way. Life values and virtues have plopped in a
mhm.
different way, because look at what we're allowing kids to do now. Look at what's going on in the world just for a
Yeah,
minute,
yeah.
and everyone's acceptance of it, and everyone's just like, you know, as long as I'm all right in my own little
Mhm.
world, all this bad shit can go down for these kids, which shouldn't be going through this. But
Yeah.
Yeah.
no one's.
No.
What can you do? What can you actually do?
I don't know. You know what? I listen, there's censorship, but then there's also responsibility.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Like
responsibility.
I can't say I'm for like censorship, but I'm for things being responsibly viewed or
Yeah,
responsibly shown to
uh,
people when they can mentally deal with things.
Mhm.
yeah,
And then it's their choice. That's how I feel
yeah,
about religion too.
yes,
I never raised my
yes.
kids with religion. You hit that point in your life where you want to get into something, go
Mm,
for it. And if you're not hurting yourself or anybody else, you know, you got my blessing, mazel. But I'm not going to indoctrinate you into something that, like, you know,
mm.
like, like that you're not. Nobody's
Might not
meant
be
to.
your way. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
So
but you know, you just I don't know. It's fucked up. It's fucked up.
the
What do you
world's
do?
fucked up.
Speaking of fucked up things, Basic Instinct is one fucked up movie for sure as well. Circling
Back
back
to the
around.
movie.
A little bit of a recap for this film. Like I said, this was first time watch for me, so I was very much caught off guard that Michael Douglas is in this. Totally forgot. So the whole time, Chris, I have Quantum Mania goggles on, which is an awful thing to have.
Oh no, yeah, you know, you got to Michael Douglas. You got to watch some like Jewel of the Nile and Romancing the Stone, like you know,
Nah,
Yeah.
this
To get the
dude,
romantic Michael Douglas, which everyone fell in love with. Yeah.
yeah,
nah,
yeah.
man. Remember that terrible swinger joke Bill Murray makes in Quantum Mania? I'm having the opposite the whole time with Michael Douglas in that. It's rough.
That's
So we
great.
open up to a guy who looks like Michael Douglas, but isn't Michael Douglas, getting his rocks off, only to be killed mid-nut. Turns out this isn't Ant-Man, but he is a detective, kind of going through and solving this murder. A man's killed in real life the same way a character's killed in a local author's book, played by Sharon Stone. And like you said, there's kind of a power shift throughout this entire movie with her character, where we are unsure of who's the killer is for the situation, and she's the main
Yeah,
suspect.
it's an
And
erotic thriller. It's an erotic
yes,
thriller. It's perfectly like
it's
it's a
it's
perfect thriller. It really is. Like it's like a
mhm.
noir film. Like you don't know who really did it till the very fucking end. You really doubt or have your own suspicions of like what really went down till
Yeah.
like literally the last fucking
The
frame.
last, yeah, the last frame. I was about to say the last shot is the reveal. Yeah, it's crazy. This is as if like you had a
Beautiful.
good grocery
Great.
store novel turned into a movie for once.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's got you saying like the guy the guy who gets killed in the beginning, like
Mhm.
Johnny Boz, Richie Boz, something
Yeah,
like that.
yeah, yeah, boss.
He the Boz. He like that kill, you actually see it go down, and that's Rob Bottin. I noticed that's the guy who did the effects for The Thing. John Carpenter's The Thing.
Oh,
Like
really?
yeah, like the you actually like see him getting ice paint. It's like really visceral. Like
Mhm.
it's like it's you could have went with just a POV shot or something like like it's shadowed, but like they get into it. Verhoeven shows a dude getting it through his face and everything. Like he gets
Yeah, the
fucked up.
opening scene of that too.
It's a great opening. It
Yeah.
brings you right in because it's everything. It's like who's
Mhm.
doing this? Why is this so violent and why is this so damn sexy? It's like all of those three things is what you keep saying to yourself throughout the whole fucking movie.
Mhm.
It's a perfect opening, perfect closing. It's like it's a great fucking movie. It
It
really
is,
is.
dude. It is. This is in my notes here. I compare this movie to a somehow hornier version of Wild Things of Kevin Bacon.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
that movie's
Okay.
incredible too. So
I
good.
didn't see that.
Oh, you said you haven't seen it yet? Oh
No,
my
I've
god.
not. No, I didn't see the Wild Things movie, but I've seen this. Is
Oh,
crazy.
if
Sorry,
we
there's a fly in my room.
if we hadn't already covered Wild Things, I would have picked that other than Exotica. Trust me.
Yeah.
Whatever
Oh
again.
well, I'll watch. You
So
know what?
good.
I'll watch it. I'll watch it anyway. So I feel
So
like I
good.
need to. I need to get that movie out of my brain.
So
You know what
good.
would have been a good would have been a good pairing with this Fatal Attraction. You ever hear
Where were
Fatal
you a week
Attraction?
ago, Chris? Sick one,
Sorry,
buddy.
man. Sorry, man. Yeah, Fatal Attraction would have been. That was also
Is
like
that the bunny
really.
boy? Was that the bunny boiler one?
Yes, yeah,
Ah,
yeah,
yes.
that would have been good
Yeah,
to
you know what?
pair with
Yeah,
this.
that actually probably would have been quite a good pairing to it because they both would have had a similar concept of the
Yeah,
obsession and
yeah, the
and
insanity.
the commitment.
You know
I'm
what? We'll have a
sorry.
follow-up episode. We'll do some more sexy thrillers. You know, we'll just go through the whole
I'm
More
sorry.
sexy
Yeah,
erotica thrillers. We'll go through the whole category. That's
totally.
hilarious. But yeah, we get this complete tonal change, the shift of power through this really great interrogation scene of all the controversy, because of course we do see, I think for the first time in like a regular movie, a vagina, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah,
You know,
you see. Also, in that opening, you see a penis. Like you see a lot.
yeah,
It's very
yeah.
sexual. It's very like it's very the whole thing. But yeah, you
Mhm.
see a vagina in this movie. I think it's like the most freeze framed like film ever or something like that. Like that like scene.
Mhm.
It's like holy
I
shit.
know there's different takes, the different censorships, where some are blurred, some have like an actual just fuzzy censor on it
Yeah.
in different corny
Yeah.
ways. That's how I knew of this, was just seeing different cuts of that scene back and forth and all the censorship
Sharon Stone
forums.
was this made her. She's like what else did she do? Like Rocky 4, I think. Like she wasn't really in anything else. And then she's in
Oh
like
my
she's
god, she
yeah,
is in
she's Ivan
Rocky 4,
Drago's
isn't she?
wife. Yeah. And
Yeah,
then
dude.
after
Oh,
this like launched her. And then you got Casino, you got Total
Oh, she was
Recall, you
good
got
in Casino.
everything. Yo, Casino is great.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's a good movie.
Lester
mm.
Diamond or Pimp, the sleaziest character that James Woods character, sleaziest character in any fucking movie.
I haven't
That's
seen Casino, man. I've owned it
never
for
seen
years.
Casino. You
It's you know where it is,
motherfucker.
Chris? It's right next to my copy of Jaws on the
You
shelf.
cocksucker. We could do an episode called
We'll
Max
have
Ever
to.
Watch.
Jesus Christ. So yeah, later going on further past this interrogation scene, Michael Douglas is trying to prove that the sexy rider is the killer throughout this whole thing. But of course, it's not going to stop him from hooking up with her. She has a girlfriend named Roxy who's killed in a car crash or a car chase of Michael Douglas at one point. One of the other cops is killed, and Michael Douglas is kind of being questioned for it. We see a great parallel
To be
scene.
fair, he was really fishy. To be fair,
He was fishy, yeah.
Yeah, did all through situations, and he was creepy as fuck. He didn't really give that sexy vibe to me or anything like that, and I just was like, you know what? You're not even. I know, obviously, originally when the movie was out, she was like super sexy, and he was like some super sexy, iconic person who everyone fancied. But then I was watching this movie thinking, why the fuck was everyone so giddy over this guy? What?
Yeah,
No, he did look kind of sexy when he did the walk, when he had the all naked walk, and I thought, you know what, he does look like he's in good shape there. Yeah, he's in good
47,
shape.
47 at the time. Good shape.
In good shape.
I do have to say he sticks out like a sore thumb in that club scene. He's just like he's the old
And
dude
he's
in the
dancing.
club.
It's funny you mentioned that, Chris. But I was sending Caitlin a picture of what I was watching, and it was a screenshot of that scene. She's like, "What the fuck is that?"
Oh, you're watching right now.
Of
Yeah,
that
so
club scene
I think it
specifically.
was. I think it was his low collar t-shirt as
That,
well.
the V-neck, that was hot. That was hot. I
No.
dug that. But you're skipping Jean Triplehorn, the what's her name? Beth in the movie.
Oh,
girlfriend,
yeah.
murderer.
not girlfriend, but yeah, she's also like the police like psychiatrist.
Psychologist.
Yeah.
And there's this whole running thread where Michael Douglas's character, they call him Shooter because he accidentally shot four different people in four different occasions.
Oh my god.
Which by the end of this movie, you'd see it's a fifth time he shoots an innocent person.
No, she's not innocent. She's not innocent, though, is she? Because
No,
she's the actual murderer.
No.
No, Sharon Stone's the murderer at the end.
No, she's not.
Yeah, that's why the ice pick's under the bed.
They found the gun in Beth's apartment.
Yeah, she planted. Sharon Stone planted everything.
How do you know she planted it?
Because at the end she grabs the ice pick.
Yeah.
No. The end, she doesn't grab the ice pick.
Yes, she does. At the end of the movie, Sharon Stone's in bed fucking Michael Douglas.
But she doesn't grab it. She reaches down.
She reaches down, and you see it.
We see the camera like down. Yeah.
It's put there to kill him.
So by you seeing the ice pick, you instantly thought she was guilty. I thought by seeing the ice pick, I thought they were both
left it there.
Yeah, I thought they both were in on it together, and they both did what they.
Like her and Sharon Stone, you mean, or her and Michael Douglas?
Oh, you thought the two women were in it together?
Yeah, that's what I thought.
No. Sharon Stone set her up.
So she was totally innocent and was set up.
She was totally innocent. Yeah.
To be fair, actually, oh my god.
See, I didn't take it as in like she was going to kill Michael Douglas at the end of it. I thought it was just like sloppy leftovers. She kind of like left the evidence behind. We see it.
No, I took it as like she was going to kill him.
Isn't there a sequel to this?
There is a sequel.
Yeah, there is. I did come up on the fingers to watch next, but I didn't have time, so I'm going to watch it now.
Okay. We'll do Basic Instinct 2 and Fatal Attraction. How about that?
Yeah, let's do that.
That sounds like a plan. Yeah, I've never seen the sequel. I've never seen anything about it. Is it still Sharon Stone?
No, it's not Verhoeven. Yeah, it's still Sharon Stone, but I think she's the only returning anything from it.
Okay.
And it's like
She is
years later.
I'll watch it just to watch her, to be fair.
Yeah, I'll watch it to watch her too. She's great.
That's crazy, man. It can't be any worse than the Donnie Darko sequel. That's crazy. Oh my god. It's one of the dudes from One Tree Hill is in it. So awful. So awful.
Oh my god, I used to always watch that One Tree Hill.
I'm from where the show is filmed. Like it's like an hour and a half from
Oh.
Yeah, I have a One Tree Hill hoodie I just wore on my walk this morning, actually.
Is it literally a hill with One Tree?
No, it's just Wilmington. Yeah, Iron Man 3 was filmed in the same lot. It was weird.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, I saw a filming for that actually, in Iron Man 3, where the president's hanging on the towers.
Yeah, yeah,
That's downtown Wilmington, yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Gene
Also,
Black, man.
Ninja Turtles was filmed there too, actually. The barn scene. And when Leo's in the tub, that's Wilmington.
Yes, yeah. Yeah. All right. I kind of knew that in the back of my skull. All right.
Yeah, yeah. One of the local shops has the
Next
tub
time
actually
I'm
in the actual store, I think.
really. How
Yeah.
far is that from you now?
Hour and 40.
Oh, all right. Next time I come by you,
Yeah, absolutely.
I want to go. I want to go
just-
see the Turtle Barn House.
Just down the road.
Yeah, yeah. We'll go see Leo's
An
tub
hour
real
40.
quick.
What the heck?
Crazy, but Basic Instinct. Yeah, Chris, you kind of been echoing like this whole time, saying this movie is kind of just amazing. It's shot very well. The soundtrack's pretty cool.
What's Jan de Bont's DP on this? He's a frequent collaborator with
Great.
Verhoeven, but then he went on. He directed a bunch of films as well. He did like The Haunting and stuff like that.
Okay.
Yeah, I think he did one of the Scream movies. I'm not sure, maybe like 4 or something.
Scream's still a thing I haven't dived into just yet, man. That's the one horror franchise I've never given a shot.
It's one of these comedy one.
What's that?
I think I've seen the comedy one. The one where like
scary.
Yeah,
movie.
I've seen those.
Yeah.
I've seen Scary Movie, yeah, but just never Scream.
I've seen the comedy one. I think it's basically the same thing.
Yeah,
probably.
Yeah, pretty much is.
Yeah.
But if you're gonna delve your toes in, just the first 2. I think beyond that,
that's what I'm saying. Sometimes the ones after it just end up being shit. It's like let's just dilute it a little bit more and drag it out. And the first concept, it's like no one to quit, no one to call it a day. That's what people need to do.
I agree with that with like major things, but I think bad horror movies that know they're kind of bad horror movies and they keep going, I think it hits that like meta level.
Oh, what was that horrible horror movie?
Jason Goes to Hell and Jason X and the Jason
yeah.
Like they knew how stupid they were. They just kept going. Like I like that in a weird way because it's almost like a meta trolling.
No, I agree. Yeah, especially things like Jason Takes Manhattan. Awful movie, but like just the concept of it, dude.
Yeah, they're like, let's just fucking see what.
And obviously, they kind of did like the most recent Scream where it's in New York, but the marketing for it had that same kind of like shitty horror love. I agree with you, 100%, man. Let's go ahead and get ready to wrap up on Basic Instinct. So, Chris, obviously, we're feeling like we're all pretty positive with this one. What are your final comments and rating for Basic Instinct?
I mean, like I already said, the opening and ending alone, it's just fucking mind blowing. Michael Douglas is a weird creep. Yeah, and Sharon Stone's phenomenal in it. Also, I want to say, so Sharon Stone has not a boyfriend, but a guy that she just likes to fuck. And then she has a girlfriend also, which in 1992, that was a big fucking thing. You had people who hated that she was, oh, she's a fucking lesbian, she's bisexual. You had like that was a big thing then. Huge thing. And man, it holds up. It works. She's great. Phenomenal. I had fun with it. And I'll always have fun with it. I'll revisit this again. And you know what? I got kind of horny watching it.
Oh, Jesus Christ. There you go.
No, really.
At which points? Hold on, at which points?
I'm not gonna lie, the Gene Triplehorn like kind of like rape but not rape scene was fucking sexy, and you can't
when he went because she had them sexy stockings on and he bent her over the back of the sofa.
Exactly. That shot from behind with the stockings was just
that was the one that got me as well.
yes, I love you. That just felt warm and nice.
I was just like,
warm and nice.
Do it again.
Thank you, Leigh. I appreciate you.
Can't take you anywhere, Chris.
I know.
It's
I'm a man
ridiculous.
of the people. But like, that even like Sharon Stone stuff was pretty good when like.
But that was the sexiest bit. That's why I just was convinced it was actually her who was the one, because I was thinking, you kinky bitch.
Yeah.
See, I think Tommy Wiseau watched this, and this was his inspiration for The Room
For
with
The
all the
Room?
sex scenes. That's
You
this is
might
what he
be
was
right.
trying to do, actually.
No, this is sex. This is sexing done right. Like I said, it's a perfect erotic thriller. It's a Bespin for me.
Yeah.
Mm.
Okay. For me, it's also best with dude. This was awesome to watch. Like I said, this gives me the same kind of but hornier vibes as Wild Things. And I think looking back, this is going to be a standout film of the year for me that didn't come out this year. Still, I'll
Yeah,
never forget
yeah.
watching Basic Instinct. Yeah, definitely need some more exposure to Michael Douglas though, because I was just seeing old ass Ant-Man the whole time. It was really weird, really
You know,
uncomfortable.
I was watching with my wife, and it's that time of the month. But if it wasn't, we would have been getting down because I think it was getting her horny.
No, but just because it's that time of the month doesn't mean you have to stop getting down.
No, I'm fine with it. She doesn't. She's not down. I'll
She's,
go.
women
Yeah,
are
I
normally
don't mind.
hornier.
I don't mind. She's just not. Yeah, she's
Only
not
the best of
comfortable with it.
Galaxy of Film,
Yeah.
man. Jesus.
Tell her to give it a try. Tell her she'll be surprised. Just
Yeah,
put a
yeah.
towel down.
I know. Trust me. I know. I'm a seasoned man. I've been there. But she in particular is just like
Oh,
we
bless
have
her.
once or twice, just not her deal. Which is what am I to
Yeah.
argue? You know what I mean? But
Oh.
yeah,
That's crazy. That's
yeah.
crazy. Lee, what is your final comments and rating of Basic Instinct?
Basic Instinct. You know what? It was a hot movie. I enjoyed it.
Mm.
It was sexy. It had interest in it when there was each question was answered though what you had throughout the movie. Yeah, there was actually, I say each question was answered. There was a couple, obviously, Sharon Stone's obsession, but because I've watched it and I thought she was innocent at the end. I just thought she was curious about the ice pick scenario, and that's maybe why she had it there.
No, she's
It
not
could
curious.
be.
No.
It could be. It could be open to
It could.
interpretation.
Yeah, it's totally obvious. I don't think it was obvious that she was the killer because it could. I don't know. Maybe I am just a bit naive to it
No, I think it's
because
open for interpretation, but like
yeah,
what I'm leaning
I
on
don't think
personally
she
is
was. I don't think she was the killer. I think that the
mm,
Beth was actually the psychopathic killer because
oh.
she was the one who, because obviously they found the jacket which was from the police department. There was the whole hair dyeing scenario when they was in college, and
Yeah.
Sharon Stone had always been blonde in the whole scenario, whereas this Beth girl was blonde, and then she was Lisa or whatever her name was in it, and then she changed her name and changed her hair. And I just think, be yourself, be true to yourself. Whereas Sharon Stone was always true to herself and throughout the scenario, but they tried to make her look guilty by having a book on how her parents died, and then how obviously this situation happened with the life insurance and all stuff like that. And I just think she was an easy person to try and make guilty, and she's just a very liberated sexual being. So it's like why should we be made guilty for that? Whereas the other girl was clearly deprived.
That's too funny. So what would your rating for Basic Instinct be though? Try to put a
Mine
number
was
on.
definitely 5.
Okay.
I enjoyed the movie. It's a great shot, great,
Mm.
amazing scenes. So you know how just everything about it was very sexy. I liked it, and like you said, it had that such an iconic scene. It can't have less than full marks for it,
Yeah.
because that iconic scene itself, like you said, has been recreated again and again and again and again in numerous different scenarios. So
Yeah.
hats off, Sharon Stone.
Hats off,
Sexy.
absolutely. Hats off and pants off, quite literally.
I never wear any underwear, so I'm like, you know what? She's definitely got a place in my heart.
Yeah.
I could totally understand the no underwear scenario.
There you go. Chris can't stand either, trust me. Oh man, well, I'm just gonna go ahead and wrap it up for this episode of Galaxy of Film, guys. It's been an absolute blast getting you both on here. Chris, it's always a pleasure to get you here, brother.
Thanks for having me.
Obviously you've been here for a minute. Our listeners should be following you already, but if they don't for some reason, where can they find you?
Just go to pizzaplasm.com. You'll find everything about me.
There you go, man. There you go. And links down below, of course, too. Leigh, thank you for coming on here. It's been an absolute pleasure getting on here to talk about some sexy thrillers this week. Where can our listeners find you and your work as well?
It depends on what type of work they want to find.
Lay it on us. You're good.
So obviously, they can, if they want social medias, it's just the real Leigh Darby on Twitter and Instagram. OnlyFans, it's Dr. Leigh Darby, because I do help people have better sexual relationships. So, but I don't have a website. So just just Google search Leigh Darby, Leigh, and I'm sure I will come up at some point. There's a lot of fake accounts out there. So I don't even know what my actual real ones are myself at this moment in time. Just log into my phone and see what comes up.
Absolutely. We got links down below for our listeners. So regardless, we got
I'll
you
put the
guys
links
covered.
on. I'll give you the links.
Absolutely. Well, guys, let's go ahead and wrap it up for this week. Thank you all so much for listening. Next week, we also have another very special guest episode lined up for you all. So stay tuned for that. Be sure to check out Novex, which is currently out now on the Galaxy of Film website and YouTube channel. Goonies and Agony, which will be coming out soon. Got our man Sorrentino in that, of course, so cannot wait for that release. And we've got a lot more here planned at Galaxy of Film this year, so stay tuned. And if you enjoyed the show, please consider leaving us an iTunes and Spotify review. It truly does help the show much more than you can imagine. And we'll talk to you guys next week. Bye, guys.
Bye. Bonjour. S'il vous plaît. Au revoir.